Being cool, also called status games, is a way to try to get more popular or better known among your peers, usually by agreeing with what they think. For example, in high school, the status game is often played by wearing trendy clothes, using trendy language, not paying attention in class because you're too cool, talking about celebrities and other pop culture gossip, etc. Different groups have different rules about how to gain status. For example, environmentalists gain status and approval from their group when they are seen riding bicycles. Women try to gain status in their circles by buying expensive clothes and handbags. People on social media will virtue signal about how woke they are, etc. Status games are not based on skill and ability, but on how popular you are and how you look, form over substance. Why do people care about their status? People play status games because they are stuck in their own small worlds and think that success is climbing the social ladder in that small world. Your world is everything that is important to you, like your family, your friends, your job, etc. People who play status games tend to have small worlds. For example, when you're in high school, most of your world is high school. You haven't lived in the real world yet, and high school is the most important part of your life. You care what your classmates think of you because they are the only people on your level with whom you talk, so they are a big part of your world. Try this mental exercise to understand what I mean. Imagine going back to high school with all the knowledge and memories you have now. What are your plans? You could study and pay attention to the teacher or not, but you wouldn't care what the rest of the class thinks of you. Why? Because your world is bigger now. You don't care what some 15-year-olds think of you. You cared what they thought when you were 15 and school was a big part of your life. Now that you're older, school is just a small part of your life, and what they think doesn't matter. Status games are a waste of time for people who want to improve themselves. When you are trying to improve yourself, it is usually not a good idea to play status games. This is because as your value goes up, the people and groups you care about change. For example, let's look at a person who uses drugs. This drug addict has a lot of drug addict friends, and they all like him. He starts to work on himself and stops using drugs. This means that he stops hanging out with his old friends. Now that he is above this group, all the time and effort he spent trying to move up the social ladder among his drug addict friends was mostly for nothing. Also, if you're in a group of people who watch a lot of movies, but you stop, all the time you spent becoming a part of that group is now for nothing. The point is that as you get better, and most people don't, your social circle will change because most people don't change. We all graduated from high school as a universal example, and realized that being popular in high school didn't matter at all, even though it seemed important to a lot of people at the time. Every time you take a big step up in life, your circle of friends changes. Anyone who has gone from being poor to middle class to rich can attest to this. Any big effort you make to move up in the group you are in now is a waste of time because you won't be in this group for long. The whole point of this video is that you shouldn't care if people think you're cool or not. This doesn't mean you try to be mean to them. It just means you don't waste your time trying to look cool. If you want to move up in the world, worrying about what other people think of you is like spending a lot of money painting and decorating a rented house. It's a waste of money since you won't be living there for long. People around you can think you're not cool as much as they want, but as long as you keep getting better, you will eventually pass them and make their thoughts and opinions meaningless, just like the opinions of your high school classmates would be to you now if you could go back in time and keep all of your memories. Don't forget that the lion doesn't care what the sheep and pigs think. You want to turn into a lion. Don't play with the pigs in the mud. Your job is to rise above them.